Alright guys, so I don't know who's all in here yet. Let's see. I need some water. Hold on. Gotta love it when a granola bar gets stuck in my throat. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna wait a sec to get some people in the stream, and then I'm gonna start planning out some design ideas. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I really like the idea of when I start a new project, just starting immediately with design. One thing I want to really try and get figured out on the stream today is, using Vim. I could use Neovim, but we'll see. I need to get the stuff configured for C. I think it's configured enough for now, but yeah. Anyways, let's go to our home. Hopefully you guys can see my screen okay. Let me know if you guys can see everything. So let's do a new from template. And I want to try something new. So, entity component system. So, I'm going to try a project in C instead of C++. And let me see. I use structs. Okay, so perfect. So I have never used ECS, which is an entity component system. So I really want to try and do some type of small program in C that does something useful and try it with an ECS architecture instead of a object-oriented. I think what I want to do is make something with Raylib instead of I guess I could just use a UML class and then change it to a struct. It's pretty similar. But I essentially want to use Raylib and make something really fun but simple, but using C and in ECS. So let me actually change the music to something a little more upbeat. Let's see. Sure, that works. I'm gonna put a hat on too. Alright, so with an ECS, we have classes. Well, they're structs. So we actually use structs instead of classes. And I can just copy some of these. And with ECS, I believe it uses composition over inheritance. And so essentially we have systems and components that operate independently, but they're stored in arrays, I believe, is how they're updated. So we have a few template structures we can have here. Now the thing is, I need to come up with an idea of a useful project that I can make. So let me open Obsidian, and we can kind of have some ideas here. C, and I'll call it new note, and I'll call C project ideas. And we can just put this right here for now. So I guess we need some kind of criteria. We need something that is small scope, so like a week-long project. I'll say 1 to 2 week project. 1 to 2 week long project. I think for the next criteria we want a, let's see, we want to use Raylib, so utilize a graphics framework. And I'm going to put Raylib here because it's kind of a mixture of OpenGL, but it's a lot more abstracted. I want to say we want to utilize C, programming language. And then we want to use ECS as the paradigm architecture. So that's the criteria we have. I think for app ideas, we could do something like, well, let's see. We could do like a text editor in C. I think that takes a lot of time, honestly. Let me think. Yo, what's good, Jaden? How's it going, man? I'm coming up with some new ideas for my next project, because I just finished Pong, and I'll show you really quick how it turned out. It actually is working amazing, but I want to move on to learn some new things. All right, so. This is Pong. This is what I just finished. And let me just start by playing it. So yeah, essentially utilizes pretty simple gameplay loop. I think it's actually pretty fun. It's really simple. I think simplicity is kind of what we want when it comes to making projects, because when I eventually make my own game, I really want the overall theme to be something simple that people can enjoy. And one of my ideas for my first game is a collection of small games. So like we just made Pong, and that's a really fun classic game. And I think it would be really fun to make some sort of collection in a game environment where you can select multiple games to play through, kind of like a party game system. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this run and let it show you guys what it looks like. But basically, with my next project, I want to learn C and learn how to figure out how to, control memory and learn a little bit more about lower level concepts. kind of shy away from classes and object orientation so that I can, understand system architecture a little bit better. Yesterday and today I learned how to use Lambda functions. It makes code super elegant, yeah. WarriorWare type of thing, UFO 50. Yeah, WarriorWare is actually a really good example of how, maybe my next game can be. This next program that I'm gonna make, I want it to be kind of small, and it doesn't have to be a game necessarily, but I do want to utilize RayLibs. So I want to come up with some ideas of, what kind of app I could use that could solve a problem in my life, maybe. I think a really good one would just be a simple terminal-based calendar. I'm pretty bad with scheduling stuff, and it would be fun to have a calendar in my terminal that I could just run through a script of some kind. Terminal-based calendar or small app. I don't think it needs to be terminal-based, but I think a calendar app I can run from my terminal. I also think it could be really fun to make a desktop, like a desktop widget / program. So like I know I've seen programs before where there's like ducks that walk around someone's desktop. I think that might really focus more on Apple and Metal API. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, I think it's possible, but yeah, the Knuckles song is so catchy. Yeah, totally. Let's see. I don't want to just do a copy-paste thing of like a task manager or something. I want it to be unique to my lifestyle. Yeah, and I think I need a better way to have reminders. I think it would be cool to have a personal API. This might be more outside of C itself and be more towards like a web-based app. But a personal API is something that, I can store data about myself and pass it to things in the program that it can use. So that's a decent idea, but I don't think that is in the scope of this project. We could do some sort of clone an existing game. But I kind of just did that with Pong, so I actually don't want to do that. We could do an Arduino project. Arduino project. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put a sweatshirt on. Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to put a different shirt on. The other one was not my fan. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. I actually just had a really good idea. Maybe I do something that is like a... what was it? Like a controller spoofer. Controller spoofer / emulator. and that could be something that could allow us to mimic / emulate a controller input to use in programs. That might just be a fun idea to like figure out how to interact with the hardware and say that, hey, I have a controller here, but it's actually software. And I've actually seen this issue with Nintendo Switch 2 specifically. Like, there's not an API that you can connect with Switch 2 controllers, which that probably is out of the scope of this, but yeah. I found a good way to stay accountable and writing tasks down the night before. Nice. That's awesome, man. Let's see here. Controller spoofer is a good idea. I'll do like 3 more ideas. I would love to do some sort of GBA emulator eventually. I mean, emulator of some kind. Emulator for a game console. We could even do some sort of text editor. I think a text editor would be hard but simple at the same time in concept. Like, the scope of a text editor could be huge, but the output is really minimal graphically, which is great. So yeah. Let's see what else there is. I hate how these are not lining up. That's weird. Let's see. Any ideas in the chat for what I should build next? I'm thinking of some different project ideas, but I'm writing it in C this time instead of C++. And I want to learn C, and I also want to learn ECS. So I'd love some suggestions if anyone's in here. I really like the idea of a calendar app. I think it's something that I could practice with entities as well as systems, and then on top of that we could have a graphic interface with a grid. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's going to give me the most learning opportunity while also being productive in my life and useful? Maybe some sort of Bluetooth device manager. I don't know, I feel like I always see when using like a keyboard or headphones that attach to like multiple devices at once. It would be nice to see what other devices it's connected to currently. I know this is an issue specifically with my headphones where like I'll connect it to my laptop and then my phone and then my iPad or something, and I can't tell which one the other device is connected to. So that could be something interesting. I think that actually sounds like a useful idea. It might be out of the scope here, but I think it would be cool. I think I might go with this one, honestly. I might try and do this one. Like a Bluetooth device manager. Because we could do it very simply with it. We don't have to have a complicated UI. it's using C, so I have more access to the hardware. And I could probably make it a simple application that literally just lists my current devices that it's connected to. And it's something that I could translate into Swift and turn it into a Mac app eventually if I needed to. But I think that's a decent idea. So I think that's probably what I'm going to try. So let's just let's think of a good name. Now that we have an idea, let's maybe think of app names. Which this is going to be a checkbox now. So app name ideas. And I guess we could say something like blue swap, or I guess we could say like BT swap, like Bluetooth swap. We could call it BT device manager. We could call it my Bluetooth devices. I guess we could call it Thorfinn, because Bluetooth is a Viking term. I like Thorfinn, yeah, Thorfinn. Words related to Bluetooth technology. NFC. We could call it profile, something profile related, so like BT profile. I do like the name of having like a keyword here, like Thorfinn. Like I like that suggestion, Jaden. Where does Bluetooth name originate from? Referred to a dark dead tooth in the king had, rather than blueberries. Okay, so Viking King Harold Bluetooth. I like that. Okay. Maybe like something Harold, like Harold is a cool name. I mean, it sounds like Harold, like a name. I like codename Harold, you know, for like the king. But I also kind of like, yeah, BT swap. I think BT swap is probably the best simplicity wise. But maybe we could have some sort of underlying code names. Harold. Yeah, I feel like Harold would be cool because it kind of relates back to the origins. And it doesn't... Yeah, I'm going to just call it Project Harold, maybe. Kind of like Herald Angels, you know, but just Herald or Herald. So let's do some sort of project Herald or Herald. I don't know how you say it. Haruld. Blatan. Haruld. That's cool. I think Haruld is actually a sweet name. Haruld. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, wizard. So I'm coming up with a new project right now in C because I want to learn more about C. I'm also going to try and do ECS instead of object-oriented. And the project that I came up with is a Bluetooth device manager that allows you to see what devices your Bluetooth device is connected to. So, for example, if I have like Bluetooth headphones, and those are connected to my laptop and my phone, and they're also connected to an iPad, I want to see which ones it's prioritizing as in its two spots that it's supposed to connect to and switch between. Same with keyboards. So yeah, that's my idea. And then we can have like a simple GUI that kind of lets you list and then like switch back to the device you're on. So it's like a mini Bluetooth device manager. Is it something that's probably done already? Probably, but I think it's cooler to do it on my own without any outside disturbance. I'm going to have to look up how Bluetooth protocols work, but at least I'll learn about Bluetooth protocol. So I think the main app we'll just call Herald. Now with ECS, I don't know how ECS diagrams. Or I guess we could call it UML diagrams. So I guess we have behavioral, structural, interaction, sequence, communication, interaction, timing. Gotcha, okay. Nice, dude, just got a camera, so set my YouTube up possibly for streaming my next project. Dude, heck yeah. That's sick. You'll have to send me the channel. Well, I mean, I guess I could look at your channel right now. But you'll have to like keep us updated in the... I might add like a creator section to the Discord so you can like see other people's uploads. But yeah, dude, good work. That's awesome. All right, so how do Bluetooth protocols work? This is gonna be really fun. I already know it. So I think, let's see, I need to make a new project and call it Herald. Well, the thing I'm dreading the most is setting up the CMake stuff. So I'm going to start really simple and just kind of make source, include libs. Let's see. Build. We need a build folder. I think for source we're gonna need to do touch.main.c, and then we'll do main.c, and then It's been forever since I've done C, so I'm gonna probably fail miserably, but that's okay. And then I'm pretty sure it's print line. Hello world. And then we do like /n, and then we return 0, and then we would close it, and then we would probably do gcc-o. Oh, I need to do standard, I'm guessing? Does it work that way? No, not standard, it's not the same. Oh, maybe it's printf? No, it's... Yeah, let's see, let's try that. Oh yeah, it is printf. So yeah, that worked, which is good. Well, I guess we could do something simple now, like a loop in C to kind of practice. Well, I guess we could do a function, so we could do something like int count up, and then we could just take an int num, and then we could do like printf. Well, I guess we would just say int num equals 0, and then we'd say for I is less than 0, or I is equal to 0. I is less than num.size. Is num.size a thing in C? I'm gonna learn pretty fast, hopefully. Maybe it's size of? Oh, let me see. I guess it would be size of. And then I guess I would just do num. And then this would just be I don't know if this is the way to do it, but you can try. Alright. Count plus plus. Previous definition is here. Undeclared identifier I. Oh, I think that's why. I know why. This is so fun. So I'm guessing with C, I'm gonna have like a C. C language cheat sheet. So I'm guessing I gotta do int I is equal to 0 because I forgot to int I is equal to 0, and then we need to have count actually. Oh, it would just be num plus plus, not count. We'd increment num. Okay, let's see. Function definition is not allowed here. Incompatible integer to pointer conversion. Previous definition is here. Int num. Okay, so it's definitely not like C++. So let's see. We can't declare it. So I guess we don't want to pass. I'm guessing we need to maybe declare at the surface level? Format string is not a literal string literal. Function definition is not allowed here. Okay, let's see in the cheat sheet if there's like a function definition. We can start with something simpler maybe. So I need to learn how to delete multiple lines I can select. So we could just do int add, and then we could do int a, int b, or an a plus b, and then okay, that didn't output, so... Oh, I need to output it. That's why. So that returns a plus b. So I guess we could do like int sum is equal to a plus b. And then we would return the sum. And then, actually we still need to output that somewhere, so. This is gonna take me a while. Try %d format specifier. I think I know what I need to do here, so. Yeah, I'm learning C. How's it going, man? It's weird because it's a weird syntactical difference, but I'm sure I'll catch on soon. I have a program idea, but right now the program is really just C practice. So I'm guessing I do need the %D here. But it's saying there's a use of unidentified. This is so confusing. Almond brackets is something I've been doing lately. Did I finish Pong? Yeah, I did. I'll show you. I'm actually pretty proud of it. The shaders took me a while, so you can see here the start screen is pretty nice, but it took a while to get the shader working. Yeah, there are format specifiers for every type, and you need every single one when printing multiple types. Gotcha. So my question is here, so I looked up a basic sum function. Why do we have a comma as like a parameter for printing the result? And it looks like result. Oh, I see. Well, let's see here. I don't know why result was defined. Okay, let's see. I'm confused here because from my eyes, A and B are, sum does its thing. And then we declare int num, or num1 is equal to 10. Int num2. Oh, I think I see the issue. And then int result equals 0, and then we would assign it, and then there we go. Okay, I want to see what it looks like without the %D. I want to see how it formats it, because I get that it does it in base 10 and stuff, but I just want to see if it's any different. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm starting to use Neovim more. Data argument not used by format string. Gotcha. So I do need you need to format it every time if it's outputting the result. Okay. I'll get there. Confused me a lot at first. You type in the output first, then provide the variables it is using. It's actually a lot easier than cout. Yeah, that seems pretty simple overall. Try playing around with different types. Okay, yeah, I'll try that. I think that's a good idea. So we could try, next we could try like this is a string or something. So that was an int. This is a sum of 2 ints. And then we could space between that. And then we could do something like printf. I'm guessing we have to include string, right? And then we could say something like, well, let me see, how is string declared? Oh. See, strings are represented as arrays of characters terminated by a null character. So it's an array of chars. Gotcha. Fun. Okay. That's good to know. Alright, so... I'm gonna have to get better at not using the arrow keys. I guess we could say this is equal to... like... Jessen, my name. And then we do printf. Oh, I guess we do need to do the name. Let's see here. Char string. And then we'd probably do like print a string, and then this would be printf, and then I'm guessing we'd pass string, and then what would be the initializer for that? Format specifier. Let's see, char is %c. Do you just put it before or after? Is there like an order? I'm sure I'll figure out. I wonder if you can deduct the type like in a dynamic cast, and templates exist in C++. I don't know if it's in C. Yeah, maybe. So %s. Oh, I see now. Okay, and then you pass the string. Perfect. So I probably want to do something like, instead of just my name, I want to get an input. So, get an input for a name. This is going to be an interesting journey, you know. I might have to switch to C++ depending on, like, but I think I should try and learn C for a little bit first. But the project I'm doing might be simpler in C++, we'll see. Let's see here. So with getting an input, this is a cheat sheet thing I found, which is awesome. So output with printf, input with scanf. So I guess if I need a string, char name, I guess we could just do char star name. And then we could say it's the size of 50, right? And then scanf. I'm gonna have to learn what all these do. So a string is a char for one character is just %c, and then for string, which is multiple, which is an array of chars, that's %s. So, and then we do /n, and then we would do comma and then name, I believe. And then we do the same thing right here. Okay. Maybe not the point. Maybe not char star. Maybe just char. We'll do pointers later. Hello, Harold. This is the sum of 2 ints. Okay, it looks like I'm getting an overflow. Oh, wait. Sorry, just kidding. I forgot I was doing an input. So I could say name. Name. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Scanf takes name. Printf. We should do something like your name is, and then wouldn't that store it? Well, I guess. I don't know. So we're declaring it here. It has 50 characters, but let's just make it 10. And then scanf is getting it. It can get up to 10 characters, I'm guessing. And our cheat sheet is saying oh, it looks like they're doing %s, %9s, maybe? Does it go up to, and I'll just say a name is, okay. The only question is, why is it doing it twice? Why do I have 2 lines that are showing up? Oh yeah, Newt, are you still here, man? I was gonna show you Pong, I totally forgot. So this is Pong. This is what I just finished in C++. And it turned out pretty well, I think. I mean, it works like Pong does, so. It'd be nice to add some fluidity in the animations, but for now it works great. And you can see the ball kind of speeds up. I think it'd be fun to make the ball speed up a lot over time, like by percentage multiplier, but we'll see. And I'll show you what it looks like when you get to 10. I'll probably honestly start doing a lot of this learning outside of stream so that streams are a little bit quicker when it comes to developing my tasks or projects, I guess. But I really like, feel like the frame rate here is pretty good. It'd be nice to use something like I'm GUI to show the frame rate and stuff like that. Overall, pretty nice though. Works well. Okay, so let's go back to this. We want to get an input, so we store it in an array of chars, and the size. Let's make it 5, or let's make it 4 because I don't know if it counts the null terminator as a character. It might. But let's see what happens if we do has size 4 but the qualifying specifier requires size 10. Gotcha. So I'm guessing that this needs to be 3 then. Because if we made it 4, if we made it the 4 or the same size, then it's gonna say that we need an extra space for the null terminator, I'm thinking. So we actually need to make this 1 less than the size. And when we run this, if we typed in name, it'll give us 4 characters. So I think that what I'm seeing here is it's indexed to where it's 0-based indexed to where it goes up to 3. So if let's say we had a name of size 10, we can actually put in 9 characters. So like for example, name. Let's see, the word name would be 4 characters long, and then we would need an extra space. And I'm guessing here we would need to allocate another. I need to understand how this actually works. Scanf may overflow. Destination buffer and argument 2 has size 5, but the corresponding may require size 7. Okay, so why is it requiring 2 more bits? Oh wait, I see why. So this needs to be 4. I did that wrong. So if I type in name, why is it... It's still counting, it's still saying that 4 is not enough because it's a size 5. But if I put in 5 characters, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's still gonna only count 4 of them. That's something I'm confused on. I want to take notes on that. But like, let's say we made it 50, and we made it so you can enter 49 characters, but you only want to enter what you enter once. My question is, how do we actually make that so once you hit enter once, it just takes the characters that we have in the buffer? So, my name is Jessen. I just don't know why that second line is popping up. If anyone here knows, let me know. So I would actually need to do something like this. Yeah, I think I'm seeing that. You have the \n. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. Oh, totally. I have a new line that's counting. Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. Your name is Jessen. Yeah. Gotcha. No, that's totally right. There was a new line. Okay. Well, I mean, next time I need to learn about all this stuff in the cheat sheet, essentially. I mean, pointers, type def, memory management, all that. And once I get all of this down, I think it'll be way easier to build a program. And when it comes to building components using structs, I think that'll be great. Our structs built into C. Yes, structures are built in. Okay, sweet. I figured. I just know classes aren't, so. Alright, so we'll come back to the Bluetooth project later. I think what I want to focus on next stream is going through all of this in the cheat sheet that I found. Because I feel like this is really simple, which I like, and it covers the important format specifiers and all that. And then we can work on practicing all of it in one big file. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop there though. I feel like I actually learned quite a bit with C, which I'm happy about, and we're using Neovim, so far so good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Please feel free to subscribe and then also join the Discord if you guys haven't already. I will probably be back later, maybe tomorrow or in a few days, but I'm going to keep working on C in the meantime, and then we can start working on the Bluetooth app that I wanted to make. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.